Hi everybody. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm up. As Dermot said, if you think of any good IC related jokes, do please send them in to us and like your favourites. But first question is a little warm up. So June 21st is scheduled to be the end of restrictions in lockdown. Enter one word to describe your emotions on that day. And if you've got more than one word that you'd like to send in, you can send in multiple words. Just make sure you keep pressing send after each one. And we will see how it goes. This building, this is great. Drunk. Was that you, Dermot?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Never. Buzzing. Feral. Yay, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Margarita. Delighted. Cocktails. A bit of a common theme here, I think, isn't there? Hugs.
I don't know. Will hugs be allowed?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think so. With the appropriate PPE, I'm sure. Let's hope so. It's brilliant. A couple more to vote, and then we'll close this one off. You can send in emojis, of course, as well. So a couple of you have spotted that. Starry-eyed. That's brilliant. Great. Let's close this off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everybody. That's a great word cloud. Appreciate that. Thank you. Something we might use, probably disappointed. I didn't notice that one. Great. Thanks, guys. Right. First round of the quiz, proper. It is estimated that 45,000 people work in internal comms in the UK. Is that true or is that false? This is research conducted by the IOIC in 2020. Count you down now in 3, 2, 1. Close that one off. And the correct answer was, it is true. Well done, 56% of you. Almost a 50-50 split. Great stuff. Question 2, productivity increases by 10 to 15% in organizations where employees are connected. Is that true or is that false?
I hope that's not just connected to the internet, Tom.
No, I don't think so. This is according to Inc.com research. Close you off in 3, 2, 1. Looks like we've had a few more people join since we started as well. 78% have gone for true. It is, in fact, false. It actually increases by 20 to 25%. So, yeah, engagement is obviously key in communication. So well done, 21%. Employees are 62% more likely to watch a video rather than read text. Is that true or is that false? More likely to watch a video rather than read text. Polls coming in great here. And this one is according to Forrester Research. I'm going to close that off in 3, 2, 1. Last one's coming in. Well done, guys. And 84% have gone for true. Again, that one is actually false. It's actually 75%. So again, even higher than you'd expect. Catching a few people out here, Dermot.
Tricky, Dom, tricky.
This is good. We're going to get one winner, I think, this week. Great stuff. One of the earliest studies of IC in the workplace was called sharing information with employees. Is that true or is that false? One of the earliest studies of internal comms. This was run actually by Professor Alex Heron from Stanford back in the 1940s. Let's close that one off in 3, 2, 1.
I love you've got all the references here, Dom. That's just making sure there's no action taken after this.
No action taken after this, Dermot, whatsoever.
Or are you being sponsored by some of these references?
Yeah, the sponsors have queued up this time, and yeah, we've done quite well out of it. And this time it was true. So yeah, nearly 90% of you on that one. Brilliant. Well done. Next question. A cascade is a small waterfall, typically one of several that fall in stages down a deep, steep, rocky slope. Is that true or false? And basically, what's the context on this one? So this is a process where something, typically information or knowledge, of course, is successfully passed on. And there we go. There's always a method to the madness term. Close this one off in 3, 2, 1.
I knew we said we were loosely related sometimes there, but
correct answer, of course, true. Well done, guys. 77% nearly. 6-1 in this one. So according to research conducted by Reagan, leadership communication is the top internal comms factor that statistically correlates to how engaged employees are. Now, is that true or false? I know that one's a bit of a mouthful, but according to research conducted by Reagan, leadership comms is the top IC factor that statistically correlates to how engaged your employees are. Count this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We close that off. And 73% going true. And again, it is true. Well done, guys.
keep an eye on that one, right?
Yeah, well done. I haven't tricked everybody over into the falses after those early ones there. Great stuff. So emphatic listening is listening with the intent to understand. Is that true or is that false? Emphatic listening. Right, we're nearly all in. Let's close that one off. 3, 2, 1. And 62%. Nearly have got that right. Of course, means forceful or clear, and imparts emphasis, as you would expect. Final question in this round. Employees who feel their voice is heard in the workplace are almost 3 times more likely to feel empowered to deliver their best work. Is that true or is that false? Employees who feel their voice is heard, 3 times more likely? True or false? Count you down in 3, 2, 1. Let's close that one off.
Just another
Last
trick
question.
one, Dom. 3.5 times more, are they?
You're right on the money there, Dom. It is false. It's 4.6 times, so almost 5 times more likely. So yeah, tricked a few people on those ones. Great stuff. So before we go to the scoreboard, that's one round out of the way. Let's have a look at see if we've got any jokes in. It looks a bit barren. It's a bit barren.
It's a bit barren. Well, we've been rattling through these questions. Nobody's had a chance to do it, Tom.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I think it's probably a good idea. Let's just hit straight to the scoreboard.
Let's show the leaderboard, yeah. And as we're doing that, start thinking of some jokes, guys. Everyone needs a laugh of a Friday lunchtime. So have a look on your device, see where you are. But look at that, Dan. We've got 5 people with 6 out of 8. So I didn't trick as many people as I thought I might have on that round. Hardest question there was employees are 62% more likely to watch a video rather than read text. So that one probably caught more people out than I thought. Is that you down at Foldy first place, Matt?
29th.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
Things on the up. Brilliant. Well done for admitting where you were. Brilliant. Great. Well, let's close the leaderboard off. We'll have another look at that after the second round. How am I first? That's a joke there. Well, there you go. Congratulations to whoever's first.
Whoever that is. Yeah.
Right. So next round we're coming up. We can't, as Dermot mentioned at the start, we can't really ignore the fact that the initial lockdown was pretty much, well, it's a year ago. It was last March, of course. So we've got a few stats and a few little bits of information sort of loosely based around coronavirus. So do cast your minds back. So first question. On what date last year did Mr. Johnson tell people that they must stay at home and said that we will immediately close some businesses? Which is the 9th of March, the 16th of March, the 23rd of March, or the 26th of March? Now, obviously, there were a lot of announcements in March last year, but which one did he say we must stay at home? I'm going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close that one off. And the correct answer is well done. 60% of you can fondly, obviously, remember that day. Going back to the 16th of March, I say, well, 32% of people have gone that. That one was actually telling people as advice to stop non-essential contact. And it was a very draconian measure, whereas other words in that particular instance. But 23rd was the must stay at home. And then a couple of days later, it was official lockdown. Great, well done, 60%. Second question, what percentage of employees continue to work from home? So this was a study taken out around Christmas time. And is it 40, 50, 60 or 70% still working from home? And I'm going to Chivvy this one along. 3, 2, 1. Let's close that off. And well done. 47%. People up with their stats today, definitely. Damn it. There we go.
Yeah.
Well done. Nearly half of you. Great stuff. Next question. So there were 2 different surveys that both found that around what percentage of employees say that they're most productive when working from home. So this is 2 surveys found that a certain percentage of employees say that they are more productive when working from home. 27% was it, and 39%, or was it 50, or was it 67% saying they're more productive working from home?
What about you, Dom? Are you more productive working from home?
I would say I am, Mr. Madam, very, very, very undistracted and very productive. Always. Let's give that 3, 2, 1 and close it off. Everyone's just last one's coming in there. How are we going to go on this one? Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's 2/3 of people more productive. Interesting to see that 2% went down on 27%. Interesting. Good stuff. So what is a telecommuter? Is it a television salesperson, someone that works from home, London Underground traveller, or a television remote control? And yeah, some tricky answers there. Television salesperson. Brilliant. Do they still exist? What is a telecommuter? Well, I'm taking their time. I'm going to count you down now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close that one off. Yeah, well done. No, I'm for a television salesperson. How strange. Yeah, nearly 87% of people. Now, there is a slight difference between telecommuter and teleworking. So a telecommuter basically works from home all the time, doesn't go anywhere by car, bus or train. But a teleworker may or may not travel a little bit. So in case people are confused between the two or have never heard of either of them, now you know.
Great clarity.
Great clarity. Thank you, Dermot. On average, how many hours a week are saved by working from home and no longer having to commute to the office? So how many hours a week on average are we all saving by working from home? 2, 3, 4 or 5?
I was speaking to a guy the other day, Dom, who said he was saving 6 hours a day.
6 hours a day?
Yeah.
Blimey, where was he going? Was he flying to Europe or something?
Hey, the 3-hour train ride each way. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That is, yeah, it's quite nasty, isn't it? Well done, guys. So 5 hours, 60% of people, and the correct answer is spot on. Yeah. So the daily average commute time to London now is still 79 minutes, but in average in the UK it's 59 minutes. And obviously, along with that, less pollution and lots of good stuff. So, yep, 5 hours a week. What percentage of telecommuters say that switching off after work is their biggest challenge? So we know these telecommuters are working from home, but what percentage say that switching off is a problem for them? So this is a scale question, so you can actually see on your device that you've got between 10 and 100% there. So if you would like to put in a number and press send, let me just give you a few more moments for this one.
What do you do to switch off at the end of the day, Dom?
What do I do to switch off? Switch the computer off first, and then go and have a couple of brew dogs.
Not bad. You've been sponsored for that as well.
Yeah, that's that one. That's one sorted. Excellent. Thanks, Dermot. Good stuff. Let's close that off. 3, 2, 1. All in, all in. Oh, quite a spread here. The correct answer is 22%. And I don't think I was very generous on that. I think I gave you a point either side on that. You got a point. So literally nobody got that right. Quite interesting to see that everyone thinks it's really high, though. Yeah, quite interesting. And maybe that stat has changed in the last few months. But yeah, average response 70%. Wow. I mean, great stuff. A couple more to go here. So Apple recently revamped their syringe emoji for COVID vaccines. But what did they change? So did they add a second syringe? Did they make the face happier? Did they remove the dripping blood? Or have they changed the mask design? And so you can see that in all its glory. And you can see that on your devices as well. There it is. Lovely. But what did they do? to that emoji. Let's count you down in 3, 2, 1. Let's close that one off. And the correct answer is, of course, they removed the dripping blood because that was obviously more akin to giving blood, of course, and the vaccine, of course, is clear, as we all know, if you've had it, that is. Final question in this round. Right, what's the missing word in this new COVID communication? Nice to blank you. So what is the missing word there? So there's obviously been a lot of new phrases coined in this time. We're all in this together, unprecedented, new normal. Think of any, Dermot?
Oh, no, I think you've hit me with all the bingo ones already, Dom.
There you go. Brilliant.
Fail.
This one is more of a written communication. Oh, who's that?
Environment, isn't it?
Pivot.
Pivot. Yeah.
You didn't say that in the style of Friends, Sophie. I'm disappointed.
Pivot.
Scream it.
There we go.
Great stuff. So make sure you pop your word in and press send. I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close that one off. And let's see. Breathe on. E-meet. Poke, see. Vaccinate. Virtually meet. Here. Anyway, some great stuff in there. The correct answer is, of course, scroll back up. E-meet. Hyphenated or not hyphenated. I must admit, I've used that one quite a few times for my sins. Great. Well, we're going to drop back, see if there's any jokes down for the scoreboard. So here's hoping.
Now, Dom. Yeah.
Here's hoping. Oh, there we go. Brilliant.
There's an old one, a classic there. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a B+. Very good. The odd ones are the best. What else we got? My supervisor said, I'm getting a poor appraisal because my communication skills are so weak. I didn't know what to say to that. Very good. Excellent stuff. And definitely IC related there. We like that.
Definitely. One more, Dan. Go on.
If you ever get locked out of your house, talk to your lot calmly because communication is key. I like that. That's a keeper, Dom. Can you?
That is a keeper.
Put that into the archive.
Yeah, we like that. Brilliant. And how am I first? Are you now, though? Are you now? Here we go.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, look at that 3 still at the top there. Brilliant.
It's
quite a spread, isn't it? It's quite a spread there. Difficult question. What percentage of telecommuters say that switching off after work is their biggest challenge? Correct response is 0.
Yeah.
that is surprising.
Too much effort there, Dom.
Yeah, far too much effort. Well, it's all up for grabs, isn't it? 5 people, only 1 behind, and a further 7, only 2 behind. So if we do have a tie break, we've got a number of numbers questions coming up now. So we will do a bit of a count back to eke out our winner if we do have a tie. But fingers ready on the buzzers. So what is the participant limit for an MS Teams meeting? Is it 250, 350, 1,000 or 10,000? And there we go. Lovely Teams logo there.
There's lots of talk at the moment, is there, about Teams limits?
Oh, there is a lot of talk, and this is pretty much based on that new talk. And this is actually one of Mr. Curtis's questions, who's not here because he was going to fully explain it for us. So this, just for want of need, this is more of an updated Teams participant level question. So I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close the poll there. And the correct answer is 10,000. It is moving up to 10,000. Rob was going to talk through that. Obviously, it's currently 350. I think it was 250, wasn't it originally? And then it was moving up to 1,000. I think can be in panelist mode. Is that right? Something like that. And then 10,000 is view only. But Rob had the explanation for that. But yeah, 20%.
Blame him.
Yeah, we'll blame him for that. He was going to go through that in more detail. Brilliant. Second question. According to a recent Vevox survey, so this is something that our marketing colleague Ben ran recently, what percentage of respondents felt the pandemic had positively impacted their trust in internal comms? So in this question here, you can see enter a value between 1 and 100% and press send to get your response in. What percentage of respondents felt the pandemic had positively impacted their trust in IC? And this is a recent Vevox survey, which you may or may not have participated in. Good stuff. Make sure you press send when you've got your number in. We'll close this off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
got to be quite high, hasn't it, Dom?
It's got to be quite high, but
people have gone low.
People have gone low, yeah. It was quite high. It was 83%, and a little more kinder on that. I think it was 5 either way. So 78 to 88 was going to get you a response there and a point. But yeah, only 60 was the average response. Well done, guys. Next one. In another recent poll, we asked what your biggest internal comms mythbuster was. What percentage suggested that IC could not be measured? What percentage of the people polled here suggested that internal comms couldn't actually be measured? Same deal, between 1 and 100. Pop your number in, press send.
I'm really embarrassed. I can't actually remember the answer to this one.
So it's different because we did run this one before, and there is a real response to this, but based on what our pollers said for us on LinkedIn recently. Let's close this off in 3, 2, 1. They actually said, and there's a massive spread here. They actually said 34. So 34%, yeah. But we know the actual answer, or we know that 6%. There's only 6% of employers that basically don't think it's important to measure internal comms, but 34% of this poll said that. So they couldn't be measured. But of course, there's obviously a number of ways of doing it through surveys, KPIs, using the right technology, like what we're doing today, obviously, and just assessing all of the content you get through and so on. So lots of ways of doing it, and people are doing it at the moment. So we're nearly halfway through this at the moment. What percentage of employees around the world feel that people don't collaborate enough within their organization? So what percentage of employees around the world feel that people don't collaborate enough within their organization? Same deal, between 1 and 100. Let's close this off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Have we got a source for this data, Dom?
I think there was, yeah, but I'm going to blame Rob because he's not here. I think it was finder.com. There you go. It was 39% of employees around the world feel that people don't collaborate enough in their organisation. So yeah, quite low, which is, yeah, or maybe quite high. Who knows?
A few people picked up points there, though, Dom. You gave a 5 spread either way.
Quite kind, I thought, on that one, quite kind. When it comes to increased trust and loyalty, what percentage of managers are uncomfortable when communicating with their employees? What percentage of managers are uncomfortable when communicating with their employees? Quite an interesting one, this one. Same deal, between 1 and 100. Get your numbers in, press send. What percentage of managers are uncomfortable? Let's close this one off. 3, 2, 1. And the correct answer is 69%, which is a bit of an eye-opener. And apparently 16% of managers prefer email to face-to-face interactions, which, again, is quite surprising. There you go. Well done. And a few of you got that one right as well. Noticing the time, guys, so I'm going to move this one quite quickly now. On average, each of these workers will save how much per week by cutting out things like commuting and buying lunch out? How much money are these people saving per week by cutting out commuting and buying lunch out? And we all miss this heartily, don't we? Look at that. Almost hard to imagine being in those queues, getting on those tube stations and those trains. So how much are people saving? And this is in whole pounds only, between 10 and 100 pounds. So think about what you spend for lunch. Let's close this off. 3, 2, 1. Correct answer is, wow, someone got over £100 a week. Wow. I wonder where they're eating out. £45 or £44.78 to be precise. So 22p change from 45 quid. But yeah, one person right on the money there. Well done. Next question. Gartner recently revealed that this percentage of employees are now using technologies to monitor employees more frequently. So between 1 and 100 again. They recently revealed that this percentage of employees are now using technology to monitor employees more frequently. So how many employers are monitoring their employees? Let's close this one off. 3, 2, 1. Closing the poll now. And the correct answer is 16%. So probably lower than, obviously lower than people thought there. So, and again, a little bit of a range there. So a few people have mopped up a point there as well. Final question. So this could be the one that decides it all. Within a global town hall, which Vevox feature allows the audience to guide the Q&A? So using the technology that we are today, is it question moderation, anonymity, audience sorting questions by likes, or a branded app? In a global town hall, which Vevox feature allows the audience to guide the Q&A?
Shameless plug, Dom, but I love it.
Shameless plug. Yeah. Why not? It's a good last question. Let's close this one off in 3, 2, 1. And there you go. Look at that. We've got some very knowledgeable clients on the call. Yep, the correct answer is, of course, sorting questions by likes. Well done, 85%. So in basically we've got 2 minutes left. So we won't jump back to the jokes. We'll go straight to the scoreboard. So let's have a look where everybody is. We got five winners. Look at that. That is the first time that's happened, Dermot, I think, isn't it?
It is that many times at the top. They weren't difficult enough in the end, Dom.
They weren't difficult enough, or maybe they were too difficult and there was too many guesses in there. But I think at least it opened it up to anybody winning this one. So what we're going to do in a second, if you'd obviously like to share socially, you can actually share where you've come in the quiz on social media, which is great. I'll leave that there just for a few seconds, Dermot, and
Yep.
you can do the wrap. But then what I'm going to do is obviously close that off. I'm going to open up a text question. So if our 5 winners could then just email and just send in their email address in that text question that I open up, we'll then go back through and sort basically in reverse order on those numeric questions who got closest, and we'll do it that way for our winner. Super, great. So yeah, just a very quick 5-minute masterclass on setting up a quiz. So you may already be a client and have your own Vevox account, of course. If not, though, you might be keen to go and sort of sign up for a free account and start running quizzes for your own team. So just a few slides to run through, have a few tips in, and then we're just going to do a very quick practical sort of setup in the dashboard and show you how to set up a very quick quiz and get you joined in again. Run a few questions, and then we'll all be done by 1:10 at the latest. I would have thought, because everyone probably wants to go off and have their dinner, I'd imagine. Right, just a few tips. I just want to sort of run through first with setting up quizzes. So you noticed today how simple and easy it was to get people onboarded using our web app. The QR code, very easy, very seamless, very straightforward. You can of course also invite people by just dropping out our URL to people. But we find when we do these sessions, just having the Vevox.app and the 9-digit code, the QR code, does things very easily and gets people on board very, very quickly. And you'll notice nobody sends in any questions asking and saying how they get on. Always nice to have a little bit of a warm-up, nice little icebreaker at the start of your quiz. Word clouds are great, and we ran one today, obviously asking people how excited they were about June 21st. Another top tip, and this is something we've done internally, isn't it, Dermot, is getting tough and personal. So one particular quiz last year was asking some secret facts of our own team, and then popping those into a quiz, and then running that and testing people on who they thought a particular question related to. So that can be quite good fun and quite personal, but a good idea. We convert everybody to panelists on these sessions. We love to see your faces. Not everyone likes to do that, but it is nice. It is good fun. It makes everyone feel like they're together. People like to obviously share their screens if they're winning. It's nice to have that kudos that they're winning and share their screen to say they're in first place. Good shout outs, good jokes, Q&A going on as well. Some good tips in there as well. Competition obviously is what everything is about with a quiz. So if a quiz is all you're doing, then obviously it's going to be competitive. But if you're doing a session which is maybe a little bit drier, maybe it's a town hall or something like that, or just an internal meeting session update, whatever it is, maybe just throw in a few quiz questions just to get everybody on board on time. get them energized, get them feeling it, and maybe throw them out to, a free drink or something at the end of it. And you could see from the leaderboard that if you really want to show how brilliant you've done to the rest of the world, you can, of course, share your results on your social media feed as well. Prizes, what were we giving away today, Dermot? What was it? As a voucher, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a £50 Amazon voucher.
Oh, very nice, brilliant. So yeah, a nice prize is obviously goes down quite well with the audience as well. Keep to time. That's one thing we've had a lot of feedback over the last year or so with the quizzes. We say it's half an hour, so we make sure it's half an hour, and yeah, a little bit of a speed up towards the end there, but we pretty much hit it on the hour. Try to keep it reasonably difficult, but not too difficult, not too easy. It's always quite hard to gauge it. I think maybe a little bit difficult today, Dermot. I think 13 was the highest score.
You need to have a good mix. It does need to be challenging, so I don't think it's.
I think we challenged everybody there quite nicely, but yeah. So yeah, like and best those sort of jokes and that, and then obviously if you've had a good time on a quiz, recommend it to others. So yeah, just a few sort of topics there just for you to sort of think about, and if you go to our website, we've got some great top tips in there, a lot of blogs there. If you want to search for quizzes, go back down the last year or so, there's lots of bits and pieces there that will help you as well. Right, so wary of time, we've got a few minutes, and this is literally all I'm going to take on this for a few minutes to get you guys into a quiz and set up. So let me just get my answers over, which I'm going to cut and paste into this. Hopefully you can still see this. So creating a quiz. So you open up your dashboard. So you log into your Vevox dashboard once you've signed up. You create a new session. You give it a name. So let's call it quiz demo. You click create. Takes you straight into your session where you can actually start entering your quiz questions. So most of you know we do have a PowerPoint add-in. You can run your quizzes and your content through PowerPoint. Today we use Presenter View, and this is exactly what we're going to do on this quick test as well. So once you're in, you'll get your name at the top there and your 9-digit code automatically created. And you can see here we have this session is inactive, start session. So good practice, start your session. No one can join, of course, until you share it, of course, with people. We're automatically on polls. So with one click, I can create a new poll and it pops up the multiple choice question. So for this one, we're going to do a word cloud because practice what we preach. Let's do another little icebreaker as we did today. And I'm going to cut and paste in one that I did earlier. So my icebreaker for this little test here is if you could choose a superpower, what would it be? I'm going to click create. That's my first question of my quiz done. Create new again. Next question, multiple choice. It defaults to that. So my next question is going to be my first real quiz question. So after we've warmed up, I'm going to ask people what the capital of Iceland is. And as you probably saw from my Word file earlier, I already had all the answers there. So you can either put them in individually or you can cheat like I have and cut and paste them in. So it might be that someone's actually sent you a Word file with all of your quiz questions in, but you're going to set it up for them. So as you can see there, you can just cut and paste in all those responses. Key though to this one is, what's the correct answer? Now I know I'm showing this to you, so you'll get this right in a second, but because of course you need to tick that box to say that it's Reykjavik. There's only one selection which is correct here, but it might be in some circumstances that two answers were correct. If so, you click them both as correct and you allow two selections, and that will only get you, if your participants get both, we'll get them that 1 point. Click create. I'll add two more for you. We did a lot of numbers, numeric style questions. So let's pop one of those in. So we do the drop down on the polls, click numeric. And if there's any tennis fans out here, you may know this one. Well, let's pop it in there. How many times has Rafael Nadal won the tennis French Open Championship? Now you can decide on your range. So ours was sort of percentage based today. I'm actually going to reduce this one to between 1 and 20, no decimal places. I need to switch on my correct answer for the quiz question and then type in the correct answer. And if you're feeling kind, and I was a little bit in some of ours earlier, pop in an error margin so you can obviously mop up some more correct answers. You did notice that I popped a few images into some of those questions earlier. So I'm just going to click on the little image icon there. And we've got an image library if you want to search for something in Unsplash, or if you've got some images already pre-prepared, as I have here. There's Rafa. You can add him in and we can create. And then I'm going to do one more question. And I think we did one of these, demo. I think today was a missing word question.
Sure did. I got it wrong.
Well, I was the e-meat one, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I only did one. And here's my question. IPA stands for something pale ale. We need to switch on correct answer, and you can pop in as many answers as you like for this. There's only going to be 1 point for one correct answer, but if there's a particularly difficult spelling, like my one today had a hyphen in there for e-meat, you can pop more instances in there, so if people get it right but spelt wrong, they'll still get the point. Let's click create. So we've created our session. We've built our questions. Now we want to run it in present view, get people joined, and just run through those polls quickly. So I'm going to click on the top right-hand corner there, open in present view, full screen. I'm now going to ask you to scan the QR code or type in vevox.app and the 9-digit code 169 305 318, and we'll get you guys joined, and then we'll just run through it.
I try the QR here, Dom.
And hopefully that is a very quick master class for you in creating a quiz. So hopefully you're all in. First question we created, so you can see our control bar down here is ready to go with our questions poised to play. By default, the Q&A is on, so any jokes you send in will start appearing as they did today. First question, open poll. If you could choose a superpower, what would it be? Now, we like to build this one dynamically, so I click on the show results bar next to that. You don't click on that, obviously, when we're asking the quiz questions because you don't want to give them away. So they'll only appear when you close the poll. But here we go. In they come again. If you could choose a telecommuting. That's going to be word of the day for somebody today, I think. Brilliant. Great stuff. And yeah, super popular. The word cloud, one of the most popular question types we've got. Great for well-being, checking and seeing how people are, but also great for a bit of fun, of course. And superpowers are a little bit of fun. Brilliant. Great stuff. And obviously when we close that off, that image is captured in the dashboard in the data. So if you did like to obviously download that image and share it socially or within your intranet, it's a really powerful thing to do to say how people were maybe energized at the start of your session. Great. Next poll. What is the capital of Iceland? Is it Reykjavik or Reykjavik, whichever way you want to pronounce it, Stockholm, Copenhagen, or Helsinki? Now, good practice is to obviously give people a few seconds and then count them down. So as I was doing today, I count you down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We close that off, and hopefully we're all going to be winners in this little session. Click on the show correct answer, and it's Reykjavik. Was that you, Dermot, Stockholm? Great stuff. You click on the little tick.
The answer's I, isn't it, Dom?
The answer's I. Yeah, the answer's I.
Sorry, dad joke.
That is a dad joke. I'm not even going to laugh. Brilliant. The numbers question with the image. How many times has Rafa won the Tennis French Open Championship? We gave you a scale of 1 to 20. You know what the answer is. You need to obviously pop that number in, press send. And if you want to have a look at Rafa, there he is doing his job. Great, maybe if you obviously have maybe a little bit more of a complicated image that you want people to see, it's fantastic to be able to add that, but also it gets replicated on people's devices, as do all questions, answers as well. Close that one off. We know our correct answer. It's 13, and we gave a little leeway there, didn't we? 1 either side. So well done to everyone that said that. And final question was the text question. IPA stands for something pale ale. And just pop in the word, you press send, and we'll get those in. You can see them coming in very quickly, 4 out of 8 already. And with this, again, always good practice to allow people just a few more seconds because they type in a word and then sort of slowly count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll close that off. And the beauty of this one is when we show the results, we can see the correct answer, and of course we can see all the answers that people popped in like we saw today. Last 2 things, if you want to go back to your jokes, you click on the show and Q&A icon, and that takes us behind. Hey Dom, hi, how you doing? I'll address that, thank you very much. I'll close that one off. And then we click, of course, on our leaderboard, and we can see our winners. And you will hopefully be in first place, or 3 of you are, well done. And most difficult question comes up again as well, and that's great for sort of knowledge checking if you're doing a little bit of training maybe and just want to check that people are actually taking on board what you're saying. So brilliant. That kind of wraps it up. I don't know if you want anything to add there, Dermot, on that.
No, that was brilliant, Dom. Thanks very much. I know you need to rush off now because Cheltenham, the first race is in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
Need to get cracking. No, thanks very much for that, Dom, and thank you to everybody for staying on. And if you do want your own masterclass or to talk to anybody about how we can help you with your classes or your comm sessions, please get in touch with us at hello@vevox.com, and we'd be more than happy to give you a demo or a consultation or anything you want. Thanks very much, and cheers, Dom. Thanks again. Awesome job, as always.
Thank you for looking after us as landlord. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your weekends.